Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching Boom, the political vigilante. So we follow a lot of Bitcoin and crypto in general because it's the future. It's how to get yourself out of the grips of the central banks. Joe Biden said Bitcoin. America can't sanction countries because of Bitcoin. Oh no! And now I guess both Hillary and Trump are saying why Bitcoin's bad. So if those two people are agreeing why Bitcoin's bad, it's another reason why you should buy it. So the markets have dipped though. And I want to show you what's happened recently, why this has happened. So I want to bring up this article that was in Forbes magazine. Crypto market crash intensifies after $300 billion sell-off. How low can Bitcoin prices go? Now, some people who are like skeptics are like, well, see, the 1% and the rich, they can manipulate the markets, so it's all a scam. Yes, they can manipulate the markets, but it's not as scammable as the stock market. The stock market is a full-on scam. Can billionaires manipulate markets? Sure. If somebody buys or sells hundreds of billions of dollars in Bitcoin, will it jack the market up or down? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the Federal Reserve can't come in and say, no, you can't buy it. It's like, all right, well, we'll all get VPNs and do it elsewhere. Like, well, just Americans are just going to move. Americans are starting to have more Americans are coming to Mexico now than Mexicans coming to America. People are leaving America because they're realizing the quality of life here sucks. And we're told this is the greatest country in the world. Well, the pandemic showed us that it's not. The government doesn't care about you. Both parties, Trump, Biden, gave trillions of dollars to Wall Street, while you and I just got a couple little stimulus checks and we're barely hanging on for our lives, right? So, but let's go into the price of Bitcoin fell to a 3-month low Monday morning, which was about 39,000 Monday morning, January 10th, but it has since come back up as we're recording this about 8 p.m. Monday night, and Bitcoin is now back up to 42,000. It might go back down. I don't know, but just to give you where we're at. That began when the Federal Reserve sparked a broad sell-off last week by cautioning it may move more quickly than previously expected to reserve policy meant to bolster the economy during the pandemic. And experts forecast the latest crypto drawback could persist for weeks if the central bank's hawkish stance becomes more aggressive. To reverse policy meant to so they're worried that the Federal Reserve is gonna hurt the economy. They're gonna tank the economy anyway. It's like whatever. Bitcoin fell as much as 5% to 39,692. Bringing its loss of more than 12% since the Fed warned on Wednesday it may move more aggressively to remove pandemic-era stimulus as it looks to combat high levels of inflation. So they printed all this money and didn't give all. I mean, it's one thing if they printed all this money and gave it all to Americans, so no Americans were facing eviction, no Americans were worried about losing their business, everyone was made whole. Fine. As I talked about, no one would have been angry about shutdowns and mandates if the government was like, here's a bunch of money, stay home, like they did in all these other countries. Right? So now we know most of the money, trillions of dollars, went to the wealthiest people. 100 new billionaires were created during the pandemic. It wasn't me. It wasn't you. And billionaires are all evil, right? Don't take money from a billionaire because they're going to start telling you what to say. Trust me. Trust me on that. In a weekend email, analyst Yuya Hasegawa of cryptocurrency broker Big Bank cautioned he expects the world's largest cryptocurrency could continue falling until the broader market, which has similarly struggled since the Fed's Wednesday announcement. So that's not since that last Wednesday, the traditional stock market is the boomer casino has been down. In a Monday note, Marcus, an analyst, hold on. The analyst cautioned the government's consumer price index report due out Wednesday could intensify the price weakness. So that's going to happen in 2 days. If it shows inflation spiked more than expected, which it has, but they can They can play with the numbers to say wasn't that bad, even though it has. The inflation has hit. Well, I mean, it's here. I've been noticing this for the last 4 or 5 months, just going to the grocery store. Look at the price of gas. I mean, just those daily expenses we all have. It's like everything's getting jacked. In a Monday note, Marcus analyst, broker Global Brock said he expects Bitcoin will hover around 40,000 even if the CPI report on Wednesday shows inflation rose more quickly than expected last month. Thursday, crypto billionaire Mike Novogratz, the CEO of financial services from Galaxy Digital, told CNBC the sell-off could push Bitcoin down another 8% from current prices to as low as 38,000, a level unseen since early August. I'm not nervous in the medium term, but we're going to have a lot of volatility in the next few weeks. All right. Goldman Sachs chief economist John Hayes said Monday he expects the central bank will actually hike interest rates 4 times this year, given a greater sense of urgency than previously expected. Please watch Max Kaiser's show, The Kaiser Report on RT. He's, because he came up in Wall Street, he came up in the finance industry. So he knows how that world works. And he just talks about how corrupt all these people are. It's really great. Goldman Sachs co-head of global foreign exchange, Jack Ponti, wrote in a note to clients last week that the cryptocurrency could top $100,000 in the next 5 years. I believe that to be true. Bandy said expects Bitcoin's share of crypto market, currently at 41%, will most likely rise over time as a byproduct of broader adoption of digital assets. 1.9 trillion, that's the value of the world's cryptocurrencies Monday morning, down more than 300 billion or 14% since Wednesday, and more than 1 trillion below all-time high of 3 trillion in November, which means $300 billion of sell-off has happened as a result of this news, which is a lot of money. But over the last 5 years, Bitcoin prices have skyrocketed nearly 4,300%. So this is in Forbes. You just got to look at how Forbes is saying this, right? Forbes probably wants regular people to sell their Bitcoin so that their rich billionaire pals can buy it up. So what does this mean? What does this mean? Institutional money is coming in. It's going to move it around. Bitcoin is here for the long haul. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not giving you financial advice. Do your own research. But I keep buying these little dips. I keep amassing Bitcoin because it's going to go to 100,000. It's going to go higher and higher and higher because the Federal Reserve is going to try to play with it, this and that, but you're going to have more countries like El Salvador. I said this when this was announced last June. El Salvador is the first domino to fall. And within the next year or two, you're going to see at least a half a dozen Latin American countries do what El Salvador did and make Bitcoin. Because money is coming down to El Salvador. People are coming, businesses. I mean, Puerto Rico just announced that if you come and live in Puerto Rico and become a citizen or a resident of, because it's Puerto Rico is a territory, but it kind of is like a state. Like you could become, like you have to live in California for a while to become a resident or whatever. If you do that with Puerto Rico, and I don't know the specifics of it, do your own research on this, but they have announced that then you're not going to have to pay capital gains tax on buying and selling crypto because they know you're going to bring you're going to invest in the community. They're waking, all these countries are waking up to this. That's why Dubai and all these countries, Hong Kong have been, now Hong Kong is getting highly, the Chinese it's theirs and China controls Hong Kong. But other countries, places, there's these little like Bitcoin crypto hubs out there. And I'm telling you what the president of El Salvador did, I think it's Bukele is his name. More countries are going to do this. And these countries that America's been sanctioning, when Joe Biden said, sanctioning takes away America's power to, Bitcoin takes away America's power to sanction. when All of these countries are going to start doing it, and America's going to be left behind. And American people with money, Bitcoin, whales, crypto, even if you just have a little bit of Bitcoin, 50 grand, 100 grand, or you're running a business digitally, you're going to move, you're going to leave America. Why would you stay in America that's run by two utterly corrupt parties that are run by utterly corrupt Wall Street? And everyone's just got guns and mayhem. And there's this, it's going to get, the economy in America is just going to get worse and worse. And there's going to be an economic collapse. And you're not going to want to be there when that happens. So altcoins are different animals. They're different times of technology and ecosystems and uses. And they're companies that can go in and out of business. They could run out of money. Bitcoin is a whole, it's its own, as Michael Saylor calls it, it's the apex predator, and it changes everything. And as Max Kaiser said, you can't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you. And that's what everyone's realizing. So in the short term, we're going to have stuff like this. Federal Reserve is going to announce something, Bitcoin whales. Some people, big companies might sell off a bunch and the price might go down. I don't know, buy the dip. Get a BlockFi credit card, earn 1.5%. My BlockFi affiliate code is in the links below. You know, get the Fold card. It's a debit card. You earn Bitcoin just by spending. You don't have to spend any extra money. Go on Coinbase, use my affiliate code for Coinbase. And there's all these tutorials you can take to earn other cryptocurrencies and then just convert them to Bitcoin. So you're just paying yourself for your time. You're like, oh, you get $3 in this Algorand or marker or whatever, and then just convert it to Bitcoin. And you might be like, oh, I only got $20, $30, $40, $50 worth of Bitcoin. Then slowly, build it up. You get a tax return. Let's say you get a $1,000 tax return and you need $800 to pay back bills and get out of debt, pay off your credit cards, get out of the high interest, get out of the central bank scam. You got $200 left over. Buy $100 worth of groceries and $100 worth of Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit here. You might not think it's a lot. $50 here, $10 there, $20 there. Boom. They don't want you to get out of their rat race. They want you in a shitty job. They want you racking up debt. They want you barely surviving to pay your bills. They want you to have all these credit cards, and that's what they want. They don't want you to be financially free because you got involved in Bitcoin. It was only at $42,000, and 2 years from now, it's going to be at $200,000 or whatever. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. And that's how you make Gotham great again. Shave your knuckles for justice. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are still in our 9th month of demonetization from YouTube. So support what we're doing at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. It's free to sign up, and there's a premium level at $10 a month. And for that, you get everybody on the platform's premium content. Myself, Lee Camp, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore, Whitney Webb, Kim Iverson, Abby Martin, and many, many others. You can also support what we're doing at Venmo at Graham-Elwood. And go to GrahamElwood.com. We have a PayPal button and a PO box. I also have crypto wallets, which are all in the show notes. Thanks for supporting what we do.